Hey guys, I'm back with another Christmas card. This time we're using up our scraps of Christmas paper. So I've cut 1/2 inch strips of out of a pad that I'd used and still using, but there's a lot of little bits and pieces in there. So this one is the St. Nicholas by Kaisercraft. And just cut them to these lengths. I've cut mine to are 3 inches, 2 3/4, 2 1/4, 2, 1 1/2, and 1. And then I've taken a Stampin' Up little heart star stamp and punched out some hearts out of the same pattern paper pad. Then I've also taken a piece of Recollections craft cardstock and just cut some strips of that. It's probably a little bit over 1/8 of an inch. It's just for the tree trunk, and I've cut it down to just over the 4 1/8 inch, but just cut it down to 4, or whatever strip length you want, that'll match the card topper. So this layer here is a Nina paper. It's Desert Storm 100 pound smooth, and then I'm going to layer it on a piece of craft Recollections craft paper cardstock. So this one lends itself to using your craft mat with the guides on it. So just going to lay that down, and I just want probably about a 1/2 inch for the base of the tree. So I'm just going to put this first strip of paper on my craft mat here and put it on so I know where the center is roughly. So it's about there. Let me turn it over. About there. So all I'm going to do then is just take some wet glue and put some along the center there, and that'll start our tree off. So just going to center that onto the trunk. So using my craft mat as a guide as to where it should line up, and it may be crooked, but hey, doesn't matter. Now from there on, all we need to do is just leave a little bit of a gap. What do I leave? Probably not even 1/8 of an inch, I don't think, or could be 1/8 of an inch, and then just center it on there. You don't have to really measure it with your craft mat anymore, just using the bottom layer as a guide for the gap, and then just keep layering up. Just making sure when you get to the top that you leave enough, that you've cut enough to add the star, and then position the star on it so that you're covering the tip of that stem. So that's what we have there. Right, so all I do then is just glue it down under there, but first I'm going to stamp the sentiment, and I'm using a Kaisercraft mini clear stamp set called Christmas, and it just simply says Merry Christmas, and I'm using Ranger Archival ink in olive. I'm just going to center that down the bottom. So then I can take this and add the wet glue to all those strips of paper. You can add double-sided tape if you want. center it. Try and center it on your card. And I might chop a little bit of that off there. It's going down too far. And put some glue on there and stick it down. So there we go. Well, what I'm going to do now, just to give it a little bit extra, is attach some twine. I'm just going to wrap it around and then tie it up. So could probably do a couple of wraps. Wouldn't hurt, would it? Okay, so what I'll do, I'll just sit that at the bottom there, put some tape on it to stick it down, just okay, and then wrap it around probably 3 times should do it. Okay, and then stick that down and chop it off. And then could probably tie a bow in here. And what we could do there to ensure that that sits down is just put a bit of glossy accents underneath, press it down till it adheres. Could probably manoeuvre that bow okay, and that's what our top layer looks like. Alright, so then all I'm going to do is apply some dimensional foam tape to the back of it and put it on the card. But first what I'll do, while that's drying a little bit, is grab the card base. Now, I think I'm going to make a, I'm going to do a portrait style card so it opens from the bottom up. So I've cut this to 10.5 by 4 1/8, and then cut it, score it at 5 1/4. And then open it up and stamp the sentiment. Now the inside sentiment I've taken from a stamp set from Simon Says Stamp called Inside Holiday Greetings, and this one says greetings of the season and best wishes for the new year. I'm going to use the olive archival ink again. Try and center it straight inside that card. There we go. So now all we have to do is put the tape on the back of this and adhere it, and we're done. Simple, easy, quick. And there you go. Nice, quick, easy Christmas card. Using up your scraps of paper. Alright, other one down. More to come. Thanks guys, bye.